All right, I'm Helen. I'm here with James. We're on week 3, which is more like week 5 of our handstand press-up challenge. We both got kind of busy, which is a lame excuse, but that's life. I've been trying to practice, not as much as I'd like. Don't get mad at me, James. But we've done some wrist stuff, some flexibility there, built some core strength, working a lot on that, and now James is going to take us to the next step in the quest for the press-up handstand. I'll leave it to you.
Thank you. The quest for the press-up handstand is thwarted, in my opinion, fairly often by adhesions underneath the shoulders, which are shortening of the fascia caused by rounding for long periods of time. Yeah, rounding, texting, the hunched forward Homo sapiens of cell phone land. So today we're going to be working a little bit on two things. One is opening the shoulders, specifically stretching the fascia beneath the scapula to create that flexibility, and also becoming comfortable with failure. Failure out of handstand is probably the best learning technique to actually finding success in handstand.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the sequence that we'll be doing, which is attempting to come up into a handstand, hold it for a little bit, fall out of the handstand, catch it with your feet, and then we'll try and kick back over. Next week we'll be doing a similar sequence to enhance flexibility in the neck, learning another way to escape from failing out of the handstand called chakrasana. So, same rules apply for before attempting to go into the handstand. And if you're on an uneven surface like we are, then that is okay. Just remember to press through your hands, keep your knees bent when you land, and you'll be fine. All right. I like to start in downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. Bend into your one knee, bend into your second knee. Bring up. Oh, that is really uneven. And if you like, you can try kicking up a little bit, finding balance, and then one time, falling over to the other side. Bend your knees, and you'll catch yourself in the wheel. Or you won't catch yourself in the wheel, and you'll come all the way down. Turn your gaze towards the ground, bring your elbows down, and walk your feet back. From here, we're really starting to get into the shoulders. You'll start to feel the stretch all the way through your triceps, into the front of your chest and in the middle of your back. You can either take your hips down and roll out, or lift one foot at a time and try and kick back over. If you can try and hold that halfway through in kind of a forearm stand as you're coming back out of it, that's ideal. That'll start to work on the core balance required in holding the handstand. And now, you want to give it a try? All right, starting in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a little bit of time in your downward facing dog to really set up that straight line from your hands and your wrists. Spread out through your fingertips and claw down into those fingertips, and especially into the big mound of the index mound of your hands. Now, walk your feet towards your wrists and spread your wrists a little bit out on your mat so they're a little bit wider than your shoulders. Nice. Now try and bring your hips up over your shoulders. Lift one leg. Then try and curl up into a half handstand. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. We're on a hill looking sideways. Oh. And whether or not you can hang out in the half handstand, go ahead and flop over, bend your knees, nice. Gaze down, slowly bring one elbow down and then the other. Beautiful. This is also a variation of a posture called Kapotasana, or full pigeon. Go ahead and walk your feet back. You start to feel the stretch on your shoulders. Lift one foot at a time and kick back over with the other foot. Nice.
So hold that halfway through?
Yes. It's much easier when the ground is flat. Once you can start to hold that halfway through, that kick back over, then your core is becoming more powerful and coordinated to the point where you don't necessarily have to, beautiful, you don't necessarily have to kick up every time. That coordination to curl up into the handstand comes from the ability to actually hold yourself in that state of momentum. Woo! 5 or 6 rounds of this and you will not only have worked a little closer towards proficiency in the handstand, but you'll also be breathing pretty hard.
And sweating.
All right, let's go one more time. If you have a friend, like me, to help you, then when you kick over and take your elbows down towards the ground, you can have that friend help you. Go ahead and lift your left leg. Hold it. So that you can find the coordination. Reach up through your toes. Beautiful. And a little bit of balance before you come back down the other way. One of the, high five. One of the greatest benefits to this sequence is that it frees handstand practice from the wall. And once you can get away from the wall, you can take that practice, and it is quite a practice. It takes a while to actually get a hold of the handstand. But once you can take it away from the wall, there's a great sense of freedom, and you have something that you can try out anywhere with or without the right footwear or clothing.
Sweet.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.